Hi everybody, I hope everybody is doing well. Welcome back to my channel. Just gonna pull the twin flame energy for the day and see what comes out. I'm gonna shuffle a couple times as usual and we'll see what happens. Seven of Swords in reverse and 10 of Wands. So that just made me feel like we're addressing our stress. So I feel like there's no avoidance that's happening. It's like taking our problems head on. Lovers in reverse, 10 of Swords. To me, that made me feel like we're taking our problems head on. We're no longer dismissing the problems in our relationships. It's no longer seeing situations, particularly relationships, through rose-colored glasses. Yeah. Page of Cups, Two of Swords in reverse. It's like the blinders have been taken off. It's like seeing everything in all its glory. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Page of Wands in reverse, Queen of Wands in reverse. So feminine energy made me feel like she is no longer taking action. 10 of Swords in reverse, Two of Cups. I feel like feminine energy is the one that is not, was not, or is not, and will be. Feminine energy was the one that was not seeing the relationship clearly. But I feel like now she is seeing the relationship clearly. Queen of Cups, Nine of Swords in reverse. That makes me feel like I love you so you can do no wrong. So feminine energy in this reading was looking at the relationship through eyes of love. So it's like, I love you, so I will put up with anything and everything, and I will just dismiss the problems. But I feel like that is coming to an end. It's no longer the case. King of Cups and the World. That just made me feel like masculine energy does not want the relationship to end. So that made me feel like feminine energy, I think, was believing that masculine energy doesn't want the relationship, but that's not the truth. He does want the relationship. Knight of Wands in reverse, Four of Swords. That just made me feel like stagnation though. Excuse me. So it's like feminine energy was not seeing the problems in the relationship clearly. She believed that masculine energy did not care for her, but that is not the case. He does care for her, but she was seeing it like he doesn't care for her. Six of Wands in reverse, Ace of Wands upright. But neither one is taking any action because they both feel like at this time that there will be no success in the relationship. So I'm feeling like this is divine masculine, divine feminine. Look at Seven of Cups in reverse, Page of Swords upright. It's like they both don't want anybody else, but it's like we're not doing anything about our relationship because we both think the other one thinks negatively of us. So it's like really what's going on here is like miscommunication. Simple miscommunication. King of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles in reverse. It's like I have all the tools, but I'm not putting in the effort. Yeah, again, Five of Cups in reverse, Lovers in reverse. It's like we both want this, but we're not doing anything about it. Divine Feminine thinks that Divine Masculine doesn't care about her because he's not doing anything about the relationship, and he thinks that she doesn't care about him because he's not doing anything about the relationship. So it's, if these two would just speak to each other. Look at Six of Pentacles in reverse, Two of Wands in reverse. Again, cards that say we're not moving this forward. But like I was saying, if they would just speak to each other, then the problems in the relationship could be resolved. Strength, Page of Cups. Just FYI, you see me turning the cards over. I don't read reversals in my reading, but I do when I shuffle. Three of Swords. I don't know why. There's no rhyme or reason why I do that. It's just the way I do it. Four of Cups. Empress. King of Swords. Okay, so this card makes me feel like these two people are avoiding a new beginning in their relationship, which is represented here. And I feel like this is a positive card. Like their new beginning could be amazing, but they're both scared of being heartbroken. This card makes me feel like the relationship that is coming through here is a relationship that doesn't have any meat on its bones. Like there's no, meaning there's no strength or time behind it. So there's no history behind this relationship. So that's why this heartbreak is holding a lot of weight, is because there's no history here. There's no memories that I can go back and say, that they can go back and say, okay, he was supportive here, he'll probably be supportive again. She was supportive here, she'll probably um, be supportive now. So there's nothing to revert to encourage them away from having a broken heart with a new beginning. Um, so that's what's lacking in this relationship so far, is that there's no history. So they're both believing that if they have a new start, they're going to have a broken heart. They're just going to get hurt by one another. So this card makes me feel like they're both controlling themselves to prevent this from happening. So I just felt like they both sit in their homes and convince themselves, or like discipline themselves to stay away from each other. Like when one picks up the phone, they'll be like, no, you can't call. You know what I mean? So that's unfortunate, but that's what's happening here. This is like nothing is going to change. We've already tried. It didn't work out the first time. It's probably not going to work out the second time. And I feel like this is the reason. I feel like this is karmic energy. I also feel like this could be divine feminine energy. I feel like divine feminine in this reading feels that things cannot change because there's a karmic feminine that is present. And I feel like this card represents divine feminine because this is what divine masculine's thinking about her. He's thinking that divine feminine doesn't want him because of karmic feminine. So that is why these two are separated, because they've come up with their own ideas why the relationship won't work. I just felt like when you're in a situation where you don't know what to do, you don't know what's going on, you don't know how other people feel, how you should feel, I feel like this card made me feel like that is when you go to God and you ask, what should I do in this situation? God is ever present. He will let you know what you should do and what you should feel. Should you be heartbroken or not? Instead of coming up with your own ideas about what's going on, you should probably have a consultation. This card makes me feel like when we feel negative about situations, we will go with it. Much easier than when the situation is a positive situation. We're much more likely to say, well, he loves her, not me. Or I'm not going to get the job because I'm, not qualified enough. Or something along those lines, And I feel like because we have that tendency to do that, that's why it's good to consult God, because He will tell you the truth. Because I feel like as humans, we have the natural tendency to gravitate towards the negative. And I feel like that's even represented in this card and this card. Like, we feel negative, so like that's what we create and that's what we think, which leads to creation. So I feel like what's coming through here just in these cards is like these two individuals in this reading are having the tendency to gravitate towards the negative side of the relationship instead of thinking, oh, we could make this work. They're thinking, well, no, this can't work. So I feel like God's Spirit's like, no, consult me and I will tell you what is to happen here. And I just heard God does not lie. So if for Divine Feminine, if Divine Masculine is in love with the Karmic and wants to be with her, you will find out. Same with Divine Masculine. If Divine Feminine doesn't want you anymore, you will find out. I also just felt like from this bottom row is that the Karmic is here. She feels like she does not want to let the relationship go because she is the mother of the children. He will not, she feels like because she is the mother of the children, he is not going to let this relationship go. And also her, she can find out the answer to that question. God's Spirit will tell her. All of these individuals in this reading are being prompted to go here. Like it's time for a new emotion. It's like it's almost like you're not feeling this whole situation correctly. And that's why you're here with a broken heart. It's like you need to go all the way to full, enlightenment is what I feel like. And I feel like that's only gonna come from, I feel like I just heard the Creator. I feel like this card doesn't necessarily represent the Creator to me, like in the picture depiction, but the energy I'm getting from this card is like the Creator. So let's continue. Temperance. Justice. All major arcana cards just came out. Okay, and Lovers, sorry. I don't know if I said Justice. 4 of Wands. Page of Swords. 8 of Wands. I just felt like balance in this situation is possible, but again, I'm feeling like if you trust God, basically, to navigate through this situation, to put his hand on this situation. And I feel like perhaps that's an element that's missing, which is why there's confusion in this situation about who's feeling what and why they're feeling that way, is because there's been no consultation. To me, this is like doing the right thing. This is kind of like, to me, I just heard the word self-esteem. So I feel like these cards are representing an imbalance when it comes to what these individuals feel is appropriate treatment. It's like the people in this reading collectively, I feel like, are not valuing themselves. It's like they're accepting less than what they deserve and what they believe that God will give them. So I feel like these cards are saying there needs to be a reevaluation in what is deserved. And yeah, and what is like just. And I feel like it's in regards to the heartbreak. It's like, I feel like they need to ask themselves, do I deserve this heartbreak? And obviously the answer is no. And I feel like that is the problem. It's like when they ask themselves, do I feel like I deserve heartbreak? They're answering yes. And that's why they're here, thinking that they deserve heartbreak. When they're speaking to themselves and they're saying to themselves, do I deserve this heartbreak? The answer is no, not yes. And I feel like that kind of stems back to the belief in God, really. Because it's like, you have to believe that God is going to give you good things. Because if you believe that He isn't, then that's where you end up here, heartbroken. But the truth of the matter is that God is just and God is fair. He's going to give you the just and fair thing. And usually the just and fair thing is good things, so what is happening here is this group needs to say to themselves, no, I don't deserve heartbreak. I deserve good and just things, and God will give me good and just things. So currently, that's one of the problems that's presenting itself through this reading. Yeah, and this is what I've just said coming through via the cards. It's like we're feeling like this is all there is. This is my life, and I must accept it. God's saying no. You play an active part in your life as well as I. And you don't have to accept. I just heard the word mediocrity. You don't have to settle for mediocrity. You have the ability to change the way you're thinking. And it's coming out for both. It's coming out for feminine energy and coming out from our masculine energy. They both have the ability to change your thinking. So this does not exist. This state of just being stuck in a place that you're not happy does not exist, because you have the ability to create and change your circumstances with your thoughts and with your actions. This makes me think feminine energy her thinking not where it should be, right? These cards make me think Divine Masculine has the thoughts, but he's not putting in the right actions. So I feel like feminine energy needs to start working on believing that she is deserving and capable of being happy. And then Divine Masculine knows that he is those things, but he needs to start acting in a right manner to get those things. So I guess that kind of sums it up. It's like feminine energy, you're valuable, you deserve good things, you just need to start thinking it. Divine Masculine needs to start acting it. Like, this makes me feel like he's doing all these things, but none of them are the right thing. He needs to start doing the right thing. I just heard turn this whole thing around with one thought. So I feel like feminine energy is like it's like she's like the base. She has the ability to change this whole situation just by altering her thoughts. I feel like once feminine energy starts altering her thoughts, the whole dynamic in this relationship is going to change. And I feel like that could come through as Divine Masculine shifting into that one right thing that he needs to find in all these things that he's doing. I think that is really the sum of the reading today. So I am going to go into the extended reading. If you would like to purchase that, you can come over to Vimeo. Otherwise, I will see you next time. All right, take care. Bye.